to a seatbelt press.
Not at a factory. Coming up, an update on evacuations in northeastern Washington, plus what teachers are saying about their strike in Seattle.
An update on fire evacuations in northeast Washington and what teachers are saying about their strike in Seattle.
Good, man. How are you? Good.
The biggest story of the night was that of the all-time storm great, Sue Bird.
Everybody, not just yeah. Today in Pullman, we had a high of 87 degrees and a low of 45. The sun will set around 7:15, and that's when the winds will start to pick up to 20.
No. Is that full screen? That's full screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full screen. We like that. We like that. Okay.
All right.
An update on fire evacuations in northeastern Washington. Almost there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's try it again. An update on fire evacuations in northeastern Washington.
And what teachers are saying about their strike in Seattle, coming up on Murrow News 8.
Good afternoon. I'm Albert James.
And I'm DJ Rodman. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
A fire north of Spokane is prompting evacuation warnings for residents of Stevens County this afternoon. According to KHQ, the Orr and Rice fire is prompting a level 1 evacuation for the area highlighted on your screen in yellow. Residents in that area should get ready to leave. Level 2 evacuations, where people should be ready to leave in a moment's notice, are in effect for the vicinity highlighted in orange. The State Department of Natural Resources estimates the fire has burned 110 acres and is 0% contained as of this moment. Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Sure. I've been in control of 84.
Yeah.
Yeah. and is 0% contained as of this morning.
Another fire started in Central Oregon on Tuesday and is creeping up to eastern Washington. Lightning seems to be the cause of this fire, resulting in red flag warnings to all towns it crosses. This warning has been in place since 9 p.m. yesterday, continuing to 10 p.m. tonight for connecting cities due to continued gusty winds. Updates will be available as conditions change over the next couple of days. Now for a little more about the red flag warning and some local
An update on fire evacuations in northeastern Washington.
And what teachers are saying about their strike in Seattle. Coming up on Murrow News 8.
Good afternoon, I'm Albert James.
And I'm DJ Rodman. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
A fire north of Spokane is prompting evacuation warnings for residents of Stevens County this afternoon. According to KHQ, the Orr and Rice fire is prompting a level 1 evacuation for the area highlighted in yellow on your screen. Residents in that area should get ready to leave. Level 2 evacuations, where people should be ready to leave at a moment's notice, are in effect for the vicinity highlighted in orange. The State Department of Natural Resources estimates the fire has burned 110 acres and is 0% contained as of this morning.
Another fire started in Central Oregon on Tuesday and is creeping up to eastern Washington. Lightning seems to be the cause of this fire, resulting in red flag warnings to all towns it crosses. This warning has been in place since 9 p.m. yesterday, continuing to 10 p.m. tonight for connecting cities due to continued gusty winds. Updates will be available as conditions change over the next couple of days. Now, for a little more about the red flag warnings and some local fire coverage, let's kick it over to Aaron Monson.
Thanks, DJ. The nearest fire in Pullman is the Prospect Fire, which has reached 286 acres and has been burning since September 5th. Along with the Prospect Fire, a red flag warning has been issued for the majority of eastern Washington today. A red flag warning means that there are critical fire weather conditions that are occurring now or will shortly. Fire weather conditions are a combination of strong winds, low relative humidity, and warm temperatures that are contributing to the perfect fire weather. One of the major causes for wildfires is debris burn, with the smaller percentages being power generators, arson, and vehicles and other equipment that catches on fire. Along with the fire started in Oregon by lightning, the White River and Boulder Mountain Fire were also caused by lightning. However, the Prospect Fire has an unknown starting cause. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Aaron. Observations of Mount Rainier drew some concern this morning over whether the active volcano has formed a new vent. The Washington Emergency Management Twitter has been keeping us updated, and it turns out the mountain is not releasing steam, and it's actually just a cloud that formed over the mountain. They even shared this funny image of USGS scientists observing the steam, adding, quote, "It's just a cloud. It's still just a cloud, folks."
Albert, I know we all know how the first day of school can be intimidating for young kids. Students in Seattle will be able to prepare for one more day as the teachers union has voted to go on strike. The union is demanding workload balance, class size controls, better compensation, and support for students with greater needs. The union is working with the school district to reach a contract agreement saying educators want to be back in the classrooms with their students. Washington State's largest public school district started its strike today at 7:30 a.m., leaving over 50,000 students without the first day of school.
Also on the west side, all 10 victims of Monday's float plane crash have been identified. The lives lost include Sandy Williams, a civil rights activist from Spokane, and Ross Mickle, the owner of a Bellevue-based winery. The plane was on its way to a Seattle suburb when it went down in the Puget Sound. One person was found dead at the scene, while the other 9 are missing and presumed dead.
Two Pullman residents are slated to appear in Whitman County Court on Friday on armed robbery charges. The Moscow Pullman Daily News is reporting that Gabriel Hernandez and Roy Valdez are accused of robbing someone with a handgun Sunday evening at home in Garfield. The pair were in court yesterday, where they were ordered to be held on bail for $200,000. They could face charges from the state at their appearance on Friday.
Coming up on Murrow News 8, California's record-breaking heat wave.
And a look at this week's local forecast. Conditions to expect after this.
For the first time in 10 years, the White House unveiled a new set of portraits. President Biden welcomed former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama for the event, marking the first time the couple appeared together at the White House since 2017. The president's portrait was painted by Robert McCurdy, and the First Lady's portrait was painted by Sharon Sprague. California is in the midst of a record-breaking heat wave, putting the state in danger of increased wildfires and rolling power outages. According to CNN, areas across the state shattered records, with Sacramento hitting 116 degrees and San Jose reaching 109. Two large fires in Northern California have taken the lives of at least 4 people and tore through thousands of acres of land. Electric companies are asking consumers to watch their power consumption during peak usage to avoid blackouts. Now, Aaron, we're not seeing conditions that brutal over here, but we sure are facing some heat and wildfire danger.
Yes, Albert, thank you. There is red flag warnings that expire tonight, but the backpack sweat stains will be sticking around. But it will be some cooler backpack sweat stains. Today in Pullman, we have a mostly sunny day with wind between 5 and 10 miles per hour with a high of 87 degrees and a low of 45. The sun will set at 7:15 p.m., and that is when the wind will pick up to 24 miles per hour. Tomorrow in Pullman, whoever is crazy enough to be awake will see a beautiful sunrise at 6:17 a.m. and feel the low temp of 42. Winds will hit 11 miles per hour, and the temperature will reach a high of 74 degrees. Let's go ahead and take a look at the state map. Today in mostly sunny Pullman, we'll have a high of 87 degrees and a low of 45. Looking at Spokane, they're still pretty warm with a high of 90 degrees and a chilly-ish low of 49. The Tri-Cities will reach a sweltering high of 94 and a low of 54 degrees with no clouds over the sky. Over in Yakima, there will be a high of 91 degrees and a low of 50 degrees with a few clouds in the sky. There will be a red flag warning in eastern Washington until 10 p.m. tonight. Over on the west side of Washington, Seattle is starting to cool down with a high of 72 and a low of 53 with a lot of sun. Our state capital is at a high of 77 degrees and is sunny with a low of 49 degrees. Let's go check out the 5-day forecast for Pullman. A sunny day today with a high of 87 and a low of 45. After today, the rest of the school week will be more comfortable with a sunny high of 74 on Thursday and a low of 42. And Friday, we'll see a high of 77 degrees and a low of 44 with sun all day. The weekend will be heating up, as on Saturday we will see a sunny day with a high of 83 degrees and a low of 46. Sunday will be a cloudy day, but still pretty warm with a high of 87 degrees and a low of 52 degrees. Albert, I'm going to be enjoying this warm weekend. I don't know about you.
Oh, I definitely am. Aaron, thank you. Coming up, Sue Bird's reaction to her last game for the Storm.
And more on Luis Castillo's record-setting day for the Mariners. Sports coming up next.
Good afternoon, I'm Alex McCollum with your sports. After an exciting series in the WNBA, the Seattle Storm were eliminated by the Las Vegas Aces 97-92 last night. The leading scorer for each team was Brianna Stewart with 42 points for the Storm and Chelsea Gray with 32 for the Aces. The series only lasted 4 games, but the biggest story of the night was that of the all-time Storm great, Sue Bird. The legendary Bird played her final WNBA game last night. According to the New York Times, Bird announced her retirement back in June, which brings an end to her 20-year career with the Storm. In an emotional interview, she expressed her appreciation for her team and fans last night. According to the WNBA website, Bird holds 4 WNBA titles. She's a 12-time All-Star, and she's the only WNBA player to appear in 500 career games. And signs are still trending up for the Mariners as Cal Raleigh hit his 23rd home run on the season in last night's win. That home run ties him with Julio Rodriguez for the second most on the team, just behind Eugenio Suarez. Speaking of Suarez, he tallies home runs 26 and 27 in the matchup versus the White Sox today. Defensively, ace pitcher Luis Castillo set a franchise record today with 7 strikeouts to start the game. Speaking of good play, Logan Gilbert struck out 9 batters while only allowing 5 hits and no runs in 6 innings last night. At only 25 years old, he is paving his way to a great career already. Improving to 5-1 and still undefeated at home on the season thanks to this past weekend, Cougs volleyball goes to the Fairfield Invitational to play Howard and Fairfield this Friday, and to round off the weekend with Fairleigh Dickinson on Saturday. The Cougs look to continue their path of domination onto Connecticut. Best of luck to the girls this weekend. Albert, DJ, back to you.
Alex, thank you. When we come back, sights and sounds from today's WSU Involvement Fair. Stick with us.
WSU held the Get Involved Fair today on Glen Terrell Mall. The fair provides students with opportunities to learn about the clubs and organizations they can get involved with. WSU student Bridget Clearly says she went to the fair to see what she can do to get involved. Student organizations like ASWSU and the WSU Robotics Club and many more tabled at the fair.
Absolutely great to get involved. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you miss anything in this or our previous newscast, you can always find it on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/MN8. And you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. Have a good night.